It is here. The tournament is here that we've been all waiting for and getting together here. We got format here of 5v5 and the Spacial Collective launch tournament. The key is that one of the players got to stay in the bubble the whole time, so we're going to have a perma goalie. Let's see how that affects the scores and the play. My name is Mark Ramsey. I am the captain of the VRML Spacial Confusion. And we have launched a Spacial Collective. That is going to be, just a community where we can get together, play some Echo. We wanted some place where everybody felt collaborative. We want everybody to come in and write on the walls, tell us what you want to do. Let's do something new and fun. And, we want everybody to get involved. We have so many creative people that I've met playing Echo. And I kind of wanted to get everybody together, and we wanted to get everyone together and just kind of like collaborate and see what we come up with. And so this tournament is kind of the first event that we've done as far as like a planned event. We always pick up games, things like that in the server, which will be plugged here. I'll post that in the Twitch channel here in a minute. But this is our first event where we got all the 4 of the roster members of Spacial Confusion. They all drafted teams out of 16 players. And so each of these Spacialites are going to captain each one of these teams. We're going to see how they do with the goalie that cannot leave the bubble. With me, I do also have TGI Torquemada, who is running the cams and running this whole production tonight on VRBN, VR Broadcast Network. He started that with Natasha, Lore, and Skittles, great, also incredibly creative people, artistic people, and really coming together in a collaborative effort to put together a really good Twitch channel, which now has over 200 followers. How's it going, Torque?
It's going good. It's going good. How's everybody doing in chat tonight? So glad we can finally kick this off and get Spacial Collective going. Really looking forward to not only this event but future events as well. And this format, I've been talking about the 5v5 with the dedicated goalie for a while. We've done it. I absolutely love it. I think it will change the way people look at the sport. So really looking forward to seeing how these teams come together and how they can leverage this new meta and employ some new strategies.
What would your message to your team be as far as trying to adapt to having a perma goalie in there? Clear and chase, which is such a common strat, especially for mid-level players. I mean, how do you adjust that strat and try to accomplish getting good opportunities on the goalie?
Number one, dribbling. The first and foremost way that I would do it on if I was on a team is every time we got a hold of the disc, instead of clearing it for a stack that was already formed, we would pass it to the stack and let them dribble down. If they can outrun the other team on a dribble, they get the goalie 2-on-1. A 2-on-1 is a gimme against most goalies, right? So for me, absolutely would be using a dribble play. Other thing is, and we see it a lot, is that slow down meta where everybody spreads out. You kind of square up the offense. You do a lot of lateral passing. That is going to become the standard operating procedure with this type of format. You can't clear it. If you clear, with the exception of a couple of areas around bow tie, you can't really clear it downfield without just handing it to the goalie. And they're just going to be sitting there waiting for it. So, yeah, that's the approach I would take is if you want to speed it up, you've got to do it by dribbling. Otherwise, you're going to have to slow it down. Passing becomes a premium, and breaking up defensive stacks becomes a premium.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're the goalie, that must look like a humongous pork chop out there, like to clear all the way down. It's coming to your back line, but it's going to take a weird bounce, and it's not going to come into the bubble. I mean, that'd be interesting to see even how they play that. What's going to end up happening if they come out of the bubble, they're actually going to be assessed a 2-point penalty for every time the goalie comes out of the bubble. You'll see there on the screen, we have the graphic that will be done. If Torque sees it out in play, he can call it. The casters, myself and the guest casters can also call it. Those points will be assessed to the beginning of the next round, unless that is a deciding round or a round that would end the game, in which case they would be added to the total of that round. Custom chassis are on. And we have, just having fun tonight, but also getting some good matches in. With me on the first game, I am bringing in Mr. Viper Phobia. He's joining me, and he is going to help me do the play-by-play for this first round matchup. Viper, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going, Ramsey? Thank you so much for bringing me in. I'm so excited to start this little event you have in here. I like it.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. And so you are in a new venture yourself, starting a new team, Selfish, and we got some people lined up already. What? Tell us more about your new team.
Well, our new team, we just had tryouts finished last week. Had 26 tryouts. Scheduling was a nightmare, but I wanted to cast a big net so that way we can get a team full of chemistry, full of brewing chemistry, and I feel like we got it. And we're still looking for a few. If anyone's interested, you know.
Awesome.
A little
Yeah.
selfish promo right there, but yeah. We are looking for and I'm excited to see this game go on because we have some really good heavy hitter players here today, and I cannot
And we got
wait.
one of your roster members, right? Precise.
Three. We got K, we got Image, and we got Precise.
Oh wow.
No.
And then you
Precise.
have, if I read the Discord profile correctly, you have a 13-year-old on the team. Is he cracked? Am I gonna get the? Yeah, OPEC.
Oh yeah. He's gonna tire you out, wear you out.
I've never played against him, but I already don't want to. So we are gonna tell these teams to go ahead and ready up, and then we'll get some action going shortly. Now you had a pretty gnarly injury about what 7 months, 6-7 months back, and it doesn't seem to affect your game much. You still are out there with just amazing play, great offensive play, one of the best people that can score from the floor that I play with. How was the recovery from that injury, and what was the injury that you had?
Well, first off, appreciate those nice, kind words. I don't get those a lot. No, but my injury's been doing fine. I've been having a lot of PT. That's been happening. I'm still restricted to go to work, so I'm still getting paid by work's comp. So been here for quite a while, so I've been practicing a lot. I've had to work with my left as my dominant hand to work with first, and it's been a struggle but in the beginning, but you, what's the word? Ambidextrous? Think of it. Way off. That one,
Yes.
thank you. That one. And able to shoot with both hands. Happy and right back together. I'm able to do this one now. And it's just been really an exciting, not exciting, but an interesting adventure and journey. I'm still going through it right now.
Yeah. I mean, I broke my ankle in February, and that was, one of those things I had to learn how to play sitting down. And rely more on the sticks, and you end up developing more skills in the long run. And then the fact that you can put it in from either hand, from either side, is going to be just the total double threat. I mean, we got action. We are going to start. We have Quack's team, Zits in the Pits, and we also have Domingo's team, my favorite team. That's the name of the team. It's not necessarily my favorite team. We'll see how they play. And we are launching here. Let's see who gets to it first. It'll be Quackless's team. The Zits will take it. They have offensive behind. They're taking it to Trench. It's loose. We're going to see what happens with this disc and how it develops. It's being slapped around. Where does that goalie already come out of the bubble? No, it's back there. Okay, I see it. He's hiding. I was like, what are they doing? All right, we got forward momentum here with the Zits in the Pits up in the ceiling. It's going to try to get cleared out. Kay's going to pick it up. She's going to move it across the arena. It's going to be picked up by my favorite team, Precise and Trees, getting a stack together going up forward. Nice pass up there, and they can have it Precise across the goal, but doesn't make it. Here's Wilt, formerly known as Force. He gets stunned out at the bottom of the goal. They're trying to clear it out. Zits are unable to get a real good clear, but they do win the chase out to the disc. And they're going to take it forward here.
Let's see, we have K going to Pack. Pack trying to find a pass, finds it at ceiling. Trying to find another pass, finds it at double D. It's a nice reset going, moving it up along the way. What a defense! Let's see, trying to find a open pass, and does not find one. Gets intercepted, gets picked off though, but Orange gets the disc. Blue's going down, gets a nice clear. They're chasing it down. So you guys possession first. Black gets possession. Bring it up.
Quack showing off the moves, upside down on the ceiling, and he's gonna hang out in that top trench, and everyone's giving him his space. They don't want really a piece of that, but they're kind of cutting off the passing lanes very well. He sends it over to Image, who's gonna have it on the floor. He kicks it up, but nobody on the cross there. That was I think somebody might have got sent down on the way to field that pass. It's in the trap, and let's see, we'll get a nice clear up through the top trench all the way down to cross boot. The goalies there fields it. Can't see who they have back here, but we'll try to get a gauge on the goalies, and we'll try to see if we can determine if the goalies, if they're swapping out goalies. Teams have the option to swap out the goalies between rounds. So we'll see if they stick with one goalie or if they try to play the hot hand. They have a stack and they clear it down, but the stack is nowhere to be found. There's a lot of people in that arena and a lot of bruisey folks in there, so I'm sure they are not making it easy for these stacks to move in. Oh, what do you think so far, Viper? We don't have any scores, and we're about 3 minutes in.
Alrighty.
You think this is effective?
It's a lot of clear and chase.
Yeah, and
that's typically what you want to see in this kind of gameplay.
No, they gotta either learn to clear it where the goalie can't get to it, but it's just getting real crowded. And here's the first goal of the slam dunk by BG. 2-0, and points are going to be at a premium so far. With that one taking about 3 minutes 10 seconds.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The round has begun. Orange clears it out.
Take Quack Liz.
Up split and then put somebody on the ceiling there, and they pass it through the middle. Image got it. He's going to kick it up to an upside down K, who is trying to get anchored somewhere, and she has a stack chase her down. Sir Tree's part of that stack. He fields the disc, sends it to cross trap. It's going to be Image, who's going to try to move the action the other way. These players are definitely nervous with the disc. They are grabbing it and tossing it. And you can see why. It's pretty quick players in here, so there's not a lot of time to make the decision.
Image trying to find a pass, but we're able to recover it. Trying to find another pass. Another fumble right there. Let's see if Blue can take advantage of it. No, but Quack gets it right back. Trying to find a pass at Shield. Shield attempted shot. Cakes gets stuck at Shield. It's a fight for the disc. Quack is trying to go for a shot, but misses it. Image gets the possession. Tries to find another pass. Immediately gets intercepted, but gets snatched away. It's fumbled. Image trying to recover the disc. Oh, let's see. Fight for the disc. Waltz is able to get possession of the disc, trying to push away, trying to find a pass.
Blue clears it out.
To BG. BG able to clear it down, but gets intercepted with 3. 3 trying to clear it down, find a pass. To Image. Image bringing it up slowly, almost gets Razor stolen from by oncoming stack. 3 going on the floor, left side, trying to find a pass, but gets intercepted with BG. Gets this back though, finds it at right boot. Gets intercepted by Surgery. Surgery brings it out.
These bubbles do not look like fun, man. I mean, it's when you already have one person back, you're always trying to get positive numbers forward, and then with this one, you're already -1 coming into the bubble. Regardless of how fast your stack gets up there, you're already there's already going to be one person back there. So a bad bubble is going to form real quick, as these teams are seeing. I mean, we are 5.5 minutes in, we got 1 goal, which is slam dunk by BG, and that was a hard-fought goal. We have some play through the middle. Kay's doing a lot of inverted action here tonight. She tosses it across as she was being chased, but we do have Blue over there. Oh, they get their stack together, but it's busted up by Image. Precise is going to take it down to the floor. He's going to try to do a little bit of a reset action. I'm not sure who is back there, or if it was just a clearance, and they do get it out this time. They're going to move it up the field, and the goalie's back there. Yep, that's going to make that tough.
Be precise, moving it in, trying to find a pass floating. Finds some comrades, finds a nice cut, but misses it, gets fumbled.
Yeah, they did have a good bubble there develop. They just couldn't quite time it right. Timing is so much, chemistry is so much. Knowing where these people, all great players, getting together with brand new players and getting that timing just right is not easy. Up to the ceiling, we have Quackless. He's playing upside down. He's going to look. Here we got inverted cams. We're going to see if he tries to make an offensive move. He's looking for the pass, though. He goes off nest. It's going to click over to cross pack, where it's going to be still fielded by Zitz, but turned over by my favorite team. My favorite team tries to clear. It's going to get stuck in the tunnel, and they do still maintain possession. Nice pass to BG, who does have room. You see him being very good with awareness. You can tell he is a backliner. He's got his back to the ball, keeping a good eye and a good swivel on his head. There's a pretty good bubble that developed there, but they couldn't get a shot off. They were trying to get a quality shot in on that goalie, and these are. I mean, I'm interested to see if all the rounds are like this. Do you think this is going to be what we're looking at, Viper?
I don't know. Seems like it. We can get a little bit more of a change out. I mean, they're going a little slow, like how Orange team's picking it up. Quackless making nice and easy.
I mean, I think
Process, but it gets intercepted
gotta
though.
be the way. You're gonna have to earn every single goal, and we're 8 minutes in, and we got 2 points on the board.
They're both hungry though.
Yeah, I think they will settle in.
Shot right here. We got a dribble. A shot. Oh, but a ding.
And he gets
another second attempt.
Rebound,
Oh
but
no!
Can't put it in. We have a action at the shoulder. He tries to bring it. It's turned over by my favorite team. They're gonna walk it out. It's Precise, who's got Wilt on the other side, but he sends it forward instead. It's gonna kick up, so it doesn't go into the bubble, but it's picked up by Zitz and sent back the other way. And they're sending the disc around. People definitely getting rid of that disc, and as you can see, it's pretty active around the disc. A lot of, we would expect to see more stacks here. Mangoes is in goal, so I guess that means he's been in goal pretty much this whole round, as we haven't had a goal in about 5 minutes. But he sends it back. Who do we got back on orange? Do you see who's back goaling on orange court? We got Southernly in the back for Zitz. So and they do clear it out. My favorite team's gonna send it up. We only got 40 seconds for them to get on the board in this round. They do, and that is gonna be a. Who was that? But who's that goal? I didn't see who scored that. But yeah, it's gonna be 4-0 by my favorite team, who's gonna take the round. I thought Zitz had the points, but it's actually my favorite team. So they are gonna take this round, and they have a 4-0 first round victory. We will see if Zitz can make the adjustments needed. They definitely have the personnel to make those adjustments. We'll just see how they can do that. So what do you think you would try to do differently, Viper, if obviously what you're doing is not working?
Seems like whenever they were dribbling, they were doing a lot of straight dribbles. They need to do a little bit more of a cross dribbling play. And if they're trying to hurry a lot, they typically will throw it straight, and then who's at the straight? They're going to be the goalie intercepting all those disc coming forward. So a little bit more of a controlled dribble, not too hard of a throw. Can be short dribbles, cross to cross, get that stack coming in from behind you whenever it's like a turnover. That needs to change a little bit, and that may improve on both teams.
Yeah, and so the reason we took a pause here is the way that we're going to do this is we wanted one person from each round, so you see them both go down to 4. Torque's going to go in and advise them if there were any penalties assessed to the goalies for coming out of bubble. We didn't see anything here. We didn't see the red flag go up on the field, so score is going to stand. And we will see how the Zits respond, or if they are popped by my favorite team. Let's see here. Awesome. So once they, and then this is going to be able, we'll still got about a minute left here. Once they unpause, so we'll get our spectators unspectated and back in the game here. And so you started in season 3, Viper, is that right? You are an OG here.
Yeah, a little bit.
When did you start playing?
I think I started, yeah, season 3. So, started out with my quest 1. Got excited with that. Got to quest 2. Started with the team. I don't know if you know iFoxy.
Oh, yeah.
Start with them a little bit. My early Echo career, as we all say it now. And then just moved up from there. Just wanted to learn, like thinking that the pubs were just a cap, but found VRML and found that there was a limitless potential that we can have in this game that we love.
Yeah, and I've seen you kind of tried something new each year, different teams each year, things like that. So that I'm kind of the same way. I was with Floppy Disk season 4, Dragon Army season 5, and they were all new teams, when I joined them. And then finally decided to be captain this year and do that thing. So I like, playing with new players. It's so much fun. So I really like playing with these guys though. So what we did was we just branched out into VREL and VRPL, and then we added Torque, we added Lolly, we added Corny Witch, we added Obsidian. So it's like I definitely wanted to keep this team together, but I also wanted to play with new people. So now there's tons of leagues out there, and they all have their quirks and things like that. But they're fun. Do you play in anything other than Vermal?
Vermal for right now.
Yeah.
We'll see in the future. We'll see if we branch out.
Alrighty, we are going to see if we can get more points. People like to see points, Viper. They don't like to see 6 minutes of protracted loose disc action. We have Quackless. They have a stack. Squack and Southernly going to take it forward. Southern's going to play it off. The bounce of Geo. They have a 2-on-2 bubble here, and that's about as good as we've seen them develop. But it gets blown up quickly by my favorite team. The Precise retreats a little bit. Takes a look at the tunnel. He sends it across field. It gets by Double Diamond and takes a positive bounce, not to goalie, but down into bottom trench, but it's picked up by Zitz. Zitz is going to, Quackless is going to have it. He takes his time down there. He is great. He's one of the members of, he's the cap of this team, member of Spacial Confusion, and he really can buy time anywhere he's at on the field. And that is such a huge benefit to have on your team, is that person that can buy enough time for the stack to get together, buy enough time for people to get anchored into position, things like that. You would know, Viper. You got some moves.
Alrighty, Quack K trying to get a stack going. Let's see if they clear down across the side, comes right back to the midfield. See if they can get some passes going. So far, it's just been really a lot of panic slaps with a lot of position coming from the blue team.
Oh man, we got the gauntlet drop. Jucifer said the first round was like little kids soccer. Oh my! So that is definitely fighting words there. Wiggle says she wants to see where the goalie can't play past midfield. So she wants it more kind of like a soccer vibe, where you keep the goalie back, but in the case where you need that 11th man, you bring him forward. That's actually kind of a nice alteration. I could see that being interesting, because then they can't jump in on the offensive action, but then they aren't really stranded on an island back here on the bubble. But as we see, there's a lot of scorers in this game. These are people on your team that score all day long. Viper, what's going on?
It seems like a lot of stunning for now. They're trying to get a possession, trying to get a pass, trying to focus on seeing what they can do, but they just keep getting annihilated by so many spelling.
Yeah.
Like, look at that barrage. There's so many people in one spot.
Yes, they're all converging on the disc, chasing, not spacing. We have a slab goes right past the post. And here we are facing another almost 3 minute drought of scoring. We have had 13 minutes of play and 2 goals, Viper. It is a hectic field here. Zitz is going to send it down. They're going to try to get a stack up. They do. They're going to have no good numbers there. It's about a 3-on-2 playing back in favor of the defense. BG tries to clear, but goes in the trap. Quack there. Nice evading maneuver. Sends it over to Log's going to send it over to Bowtie. And I think that was K. Sends it back over to Southerly, who's going to rip it cross post. Great play. K score.
Get your launchers. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7.
Alrighty.
An image we got back in goal for Zitz. Southerly was there that last round, but we saw him working the stacks with Quack. So they decided to change it up a little bit and see if they could get some offense going. And you see there, he was the one with that really nice, crisp, cross the bubble pass. And that's really going to have to how you have to do it. You see Wilt go in there, try to take it all on. That was a 1v3. That was just never going to really happen. Zitz is going to clear, but it's not going to get out. It's going to head up near Pop at the beginning of tunnel. And it's going to be cleared out by Zitz, but into the possession of my favorite team. Zitz is going to be pretty persistent, though. They're going to keep it forward. K is going to kick it over to Cross Cloud. I think it's Southerly over there. He's going to kick it over to Cross Shoulder, but K can't quite get it as there was a defender there that cut that pass off. How do you develop this play, Viber?
Well, this play, there's been a lot of passing going on by blue team. Blue team going to get a nice play going, nice passing play. They're not stacking. They're trying to pass it around. Oh, but they get it clear though. Ooh, and it gets intercepted by K though.
Yeah, and when you don't have the stack together, this could be dangerous. They got 2 stacks up. It's a great bubble, 3-on-2, and they score.
Nice shot.
K again, 4 points for K in this round. She's got all the points. We're halfway through the round, and we got an identical score to the ending score of the first round. Still only 4 goals in 15 minutes. So if you like low-scoring games, you are in the right place.
Teams entering the arena. Blue clears it out. Intercepted. Picked off. Blue sends it back.
Surgery is going to send it over. It's going to be picked up by Suddenly Discomfort. He's going to float up to double diamond. He's going to send it up top trench, but that's going to go right to the goalie. Goalie's going to pick that up. That's going to be to Mangoes. That's my goalie. Spatial Confusion, the captain of this team, and definitely done his job with, especially this round, keeping all the points off the board, though we haven't really seen many saves. We haven't really seen many quality offensive opportunities with this many people in the arena, and with that numbers disadvantage that tends to occur here with that perma goalie. We hadn't really played much against a perma goalie, and then the last game of the season, we had a team that played the perma goalie against us, and it was actually strikingly hard to adjust to. And they didn't, obviously, they were low scoring rounds because they didn't get a whole lot of opportunities because they were a man short. But it really does make it very difficult for the offense to set up a quality offensive possession. They have one here off the post, though. K comes in from shoulder, makes a great move, but doesn't quite deliver. She's been the only scorer in this round. That is now 6.5 minutes deep.
Interception. Blue clears it out of their zone.
And they
We haven't seen a lot of scoring though, but we have seen a lot of stunning coming from both teams. A lot of brutality happening in this game.
Orange
So you can get some
catches the
points
enemy
though.
pass.
Hoping to see some more passes, some more spread. So far, it's been a game that's been clumped together a lot. Just a lot of chasing the disc from both teams. Hopefully we can change that a bit as we go in more to this round.
Yeah, and I'll be interested to see how the other game develops. If it's going to be real stingy like this. Oh, a nice block by Precise. He takes it in, but cannot quite get it in between the posts. It gets cleared up by my favorite team. It's going to be Wilt is going to go over. They stun out Southernly, and BG is going to take it. BG and Wilt has it. Wilt's going to take it, throws it up, but we know who's back there. It's going to be a goalie back there. It's not even going to get to the goal. It's going to pop back. Go to Popcorn. Precise has it, but he doesn't have much time to make a decision there, and he gets stunned out. The disc goes loose, picked up by Wilt, who's going to send it over to BG, who's stunned, can't quite feel the disc, but they get it behind the goal, but they can't quite put it in. It's going to be kicked out by Zitz.
Intercepted.
Wilt's going to take it. He sees somebody at the cross floor. He's going to take it. Great pass and a
Save.
greater save. What a save. And we got a nice send down here. Kay's going to pick it up, and Brent's going to knock the goalie out, but she had a pretty low angle shot that careened off the backboard, and it's going to kick out, and Sutherland's going to have it. He has to slap it because Trees is already in his grill, and they slap it, but it doesn't get out. Still offensive possession for Zitz, and Long has it, but can't connect to Sutherland. Discover it's going to click around, but Kay's going to pick it up. Kay has somebody across, and she sends it to him. They're going to cut in, but it's picked off. Nice pickpocket by the Precise, who gets it, but it's going to be trapped, and BG's going to send it through. He's going to complete that, but just goes to the other side. Wilt's going to have it. Nice little back pass to BG, but that's blown up by the Quack Stack, which is Quack and Southernly this round. They had a couple good opportunities, but haven't been able to deliver. He's going to get blown up there, and he gets rid of the disc, but it doesn't go anywhere fruitful. Kay's going to pick it up at the bottom, but she doesn't have any time. Another fight for another loose disc. It is mayhem in there with this round. We're narrowing down the window, closing to get 2 goals here. They're going to need to score here within about 20 seconds to be able to fight back into this round. And if we get no more goals, then we have 2 4-0 rounds. So 2 times we're going to have a team go 10 minutes without a goal. You don't see that too often, and clearly that's because of this goalie situation, and also just because of the way they're playing. They are getting the disc and getting rid of it quickly. What do you see happen in the third round here, Viper?
Hoping a little bit more of a spread passing, a little bit more of less clumping up. Granted, though, it's a 5v5 with a perma goalie. Typically, on a 4v4 perma goalie, you'd have one man open because the goal is taken over by the goal. So you have a little bit more help on defense, a little bit more of a easier time on offense for sure. But since this is a 5v5, you have pretty much a lot of players out in this field and a lot of passes that could happen, a lot of stunning that could happen. You have a little bit of time to make a quick decision, quick passing, and a quick shot. And it's really difficult. I'm wondering how these guys are feeling right now.
So we're going to just take a pause. You'll see us, everybody go down to 4 players. Torque's going to tell them there's been no penalties. The goalies have been well behaved, which what we wanted to see. I mean, we did kind of want to throw the flag because that's super fun. But nobody has given us any reason to. And like you were saying, it is stun fest in there. Obviously, Mango's only 4 because he is trapped in the bubble and can't leave. But we have 46 stuns by BG, 39 by Quackless, 37 by Log. And then K was the solution to that round offensively. What did you see K doing that was putting her in positions to score? I mean, not only the 2 that she scored, but the 2 that she almost scored.
Well, like a lot of good positioning from these teams, like playing the inversion route, how K-Way's been doing, has been a really good decision. Getting on those high ground where it's really hard to get, where everybody's mostly uninverted, really helped out for her, especially. But being able to get in a good position, but also floating in on that last one, really tight angle. 3 was trying to come in with a stun with the goalie, but from the tight angle, she could not make the shot.
Yeah, and there's questions, about the goalie. As we mentioned at the top of the cast, for those who have, tuned in after that, they can switch goalies between goals. But so it doesn't have to be the same one. They can't switch in the middle of the round, but they can switch in between goals. But we haven't seen that. We saw an adjustment in between rounds, but not in between goals yet. And you don't have that many opportunities to switch them because there's only been 2 goals in both rounds. So. And Romeo hollering up for predictions. For me, this is a tough prediction. I would say it's going to go to Zitz. I think they have the skill players that can maybe make that extra skill move that's going to help get them on the board. I just think that's how we're going to look at. But they also have Precise and Wilt on the other side. So I shouldn't say that. Precise jumps in there this round. He said, we are going to score this round. And it's going to be with only 8 seconds into the round. So that let's see if that is a message, or if that was a fluky bounce, and that ended up being fortuitous for my favorite team. But that was a great play there from Ceiling. So what did you see in Precise that earned him that roster spot on Selfish for season 7?
Well, what I see in Precise, he had a really lot of good comms. He's very communicative, not only on the goalie side, but also like on the offensive side. I see him Precise more as a flex player, being able to play any position that he can be. He's always going to excel in it, for sure. Precise has been working on his shooting, and as we can see in his, I don't know if you guys have played with him, but if you have since the beginning, his shots have improved dramatically, and he shoots 18 like it's nothing from long distance shots. And being able to be versatile, and able to move his body, move around. He's just a really all-round good player. And right now he's really not taking control of the disc, making a shot, but right at his hands on Image.
Yeah, Precise is one of those I really like playing with. You know, you're going to get like really competitive rounds out of him. He's good at getting all over the arena really quick. So with him being like adding some offensive pieces to his arsenal, that's going to be real tough. Real tough. So yeah, I'm liking the looks of your team for next year. That'll be fun. Wilt's going to send it back to Sir Trees. They're going to try to get a passing offensive setup here. They're going to have 3-on-3, so that will be a fairly good bubble. They can't connect with the cross pass, though. You see about 4 or 5 people on Zitz right there working on the clear out, but it goes to the opposite step, clicks up the ceiling and gets stuck. Nice under by Precise, and he keeps control of that. And go to Sir Trees, back to Precise. I love that passing back and forth. We do that a lot, moving the field up. Me and Quack, and things like that. You know, you just take it, give it right back, kind of keep the defense off balance, move back and forth, keep the passes short. You know, pass forward as well as backward. And I feel like my favorite team is doing that. They're the blue team. I feel like they are settling in and kind of understanding the assignment here. And they got an opportunity that's thrown a little low, but it picked up, and a great shot by BG, but a great save by, I would assume that's Image back there, picking up that save. And Quack got the save. So good save by Quack to keep this at a 1-goal game. And once again, we scored with 8 seconds left, and then now 3 minutes later, we have no points. So another really gritty, tough round. You know, there's a lot of good offensive players out here for them. There to be as few points as there are, which really speaks to how gritty the defensive playing. A lot of a lot of people just getting in each other's faces very quickly, making them make fast decisions, and they're just not able to execute what they would like to see. They do have a stack here. Good offensive stack by Wilt. He's going to take it. He passes it to his front line, which is Precise, but it clicks away. And Quack is going to pick it up. They send it through the middle to K. K is going to kick it through the middle. It bounces through, picked up by Quack, sent forward to Log. He's going to move in and has a shot, but Domingos is there. And he is a very solid goalie. Very, very solid goalie. Incredibly stable back line. There's Wilt. He shoots it. But Image really has no issue with that shot, and he's going to send it to the floor. But Mangos is a great goalie to play with. I just never have to worry about him not getting to those back lines. And you know, he really reads the bounces super well, plays very consistently. We have a 3-on-1. Kay tries to get it. She puts up her block, but she can't block all 3 as they're going to pick it back out. How long has it been now? For almost 5-minute mark since a goal.
5 minutes. Oh.
And we broke it. I jinxed it. Quackless puts it in, and that's actually a 3. So our first 3 of the game, and our first round where both teams have scored.
6, 5, 4, 3.
Kind of impressive to see how both teams are finally now starting to settle in. They're you know, the teams trying to pass with each other, trying to do some cross passing, cross dribbling, taking control of that disc. And I'm happy to see that right now. Still a little bit of clumping down, like with 3-3 grabbing the disc. Trying to move it forward, drops it a little bit, hits it on Geo. BG grabbing disc, finding a pass at same station, same stage.
Oh, this could be a good development here. A nice cross pass, and he has a shot on goal. Takes it.
What a shot!
Nice.
By
Is
precise.
that one of those 18s you were talking about? Yeah, it is. Nice and a great shot. The goalie just couldn't catch up to that one. Was that Imaging goal? Yes, it was. So, brother against brother in this match, and in that one, it was Precise that came out on top.
You know, those two have such a love and hate relationship. They always on each other's throats. But they always bring up the morale of both of those two.
Well,
nice shot.
One of those teams win, they'll have bragging rights here, and I'm sure they'll let the other one know. Nice shot by Force. Now is newly Wilt. I will probably kind of use Force and Wilt so that people know who I'm talking about there.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we actually got points in this round. We got a whopping 9 points in 5.5 minutes. So we are feeling quite spoiled here in the third round, Viper. And more importantly than that, we have a good game, a 1-goal game. Not anymore, though. The Precise takes it from the floor, puts in a very commanding shot. And we've seen one play. It feels like one player kind of sneaking in, getting the shots off. Last round it was K with several opportunities, finding opportunities in the chaos. And this round it's been Precise. And they do try to stack it up. The quack stack's going to come across, kicks down to the floor. They got 2 people there to pick it up, and they send it across. And they do have it right here. K with a shot and the goal. Nice. Goal by K is going to bring it back to just a 1-goal game with 2.5 minutes left.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's see what they roll out here. They got 2 on the left-hand side, and they're going to dribble through the middle down the station, and they're going to kick it over to that left stack. What a nice rollout for a team that does not play together. I like the look at them. They're spreading out on the floor. They're trying to get good spacing here. That's definitely something they were clearly talking about. That is great spacing, and they have it. Kicks it over. He has a 0-angle shot. Speedy tries to slip it in. Can't quite get it. It's a tough shot and a good effort. Precise going to send it down to the floor. Back to Precise. He slams it home with the
beautiful
shot. Another 18. No, that one was. He took his time with that little 13 or 2 meters. You just got a little nice touch there to put it in. And like I said, man, it's like one player. They're finding a way to get behind everybody but the goalie, and then if you can get that shot off against the goalie, you have a good chance to score. So it's nice. We got double digits. Oh my goodness. My favorite team still got time here. They still got time to get a nice quick goal, and then they can try to impose their will on the following rollout. They do turn it over here. Zitz, officially, it's not looking good for Zitz. They got the disc at the wrong end. You can see Quack and K really trying to push the speed of the stack, but they lose control of the disc, and that goalie, Image, picks it up from behind the goal, clears it out, but doesn't go. Wilt's going to send a shot across, bounces back, but not quite the precise, but he's going to pick it up. He crosses it over. Oh, and Wilt off the post. So close. But they won't need those points. They will be the winners of this match, and they will play the winner of the match that will be forthcoming, which will be Team Wooglin versus Team Domangos. And Viper, we saw a very congested, very grindy kind of game there. That last round seemed to a little bit more normal as far as scoring, things like that. What do you think changed?
For sure, at the beginning we saw a lot of stunning, a lot of clumping up together, and as we saw the game unfold and move on forward, we saw the teammates got together and got a little bit more used to each other. We got a little bit of that chemistry brewing with the team, especially on the blue side, which got them such a high score on this round. We saw that they've been spreading out a little bit more. They had a lot of good passes, a lot of good spreads, and also
Mhm.
some good formations right there at the end that we saw there. A lot of good like dribble play and a lot of good stacking play. What was up? Let's
Oh,
see.
the winner is my favorite team. So my favorite team took that third round. They also won the first round, and so they will be playing the winner of Spike and Woog's team. Spike and Woog, man, they're kind of both the wild cards on this team. Spike more so. Wooglin is a wild card in the sense of he can come out, he can come out real hot, he can get a chip on his shoulder, and then you just don't really want to play against him because he just really has that extra level of focus whenever he gets amped up, and I know he's amped up to play this game, so I'm interested to see how they'll come out. What do you think about this next matchup here? I don't know if we have the teams here, but let's. Viper, you see the bracket there? It's a great time for Twitch to give me a ad here. Oh, gotcha. Let me see. Let's see if I can find me some rosters here real quick. So,
Can y'all?
Hey, and we also are going to bring in for the second match Mr. Domangos, who was the captain of the winner of the first match. Mangos, is that you that popped in here?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. So that was.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you tell what that was like.
Oh my god. Well, my sweat's still dripping down me. It was super intense. Completely different than even. We had a feeling it was going to be low, but the intensity of the match and the defensive battle was just ridiculous.
Yeah, it really was, and we felt that.
I know there was some nervousness and some jitters in that first round, but I thought one or the other or both of us were going to open it up in that second and third round, but nope. It was just back and forth. It was crazy. I decided to stay in goal the whole time just because they were vibing pretty well, and I didn't want to break any stacks up or any continuity, so I just stayed in goal. But the nervousness of staying in goal and just staying in that bubble is pretty daunting as well. There was a couple times I might have slipped out, but
yeah, it's like it must. Do you feel helpless back there, or do you just feel like it just kind of puts you back on your heels just because you can't play it forward?
Definitely back on my heel. So my whole thing when I goal, the way I save most of my goals is I lunge out to get the disc, right? And when I lunge out, I usually float to the ceiling. And when I was noticing in our warm-ups, I was floating out of bubble. And I'd rarely use my brake. So I'm like, well, I guess I got to start using my brake. So there was a lot of, and I talked a little bit with iMac after the match for about 20 seconds. And then same thing with him. It was super, super challenging to stay in that bubble. Just the awareness of it is always there. And the fear of it, of Torque coming at you and yelling at you. So.
Just to throw this out there, Mark, I don't want to jump in on the cast too much, but I believe we talked at the beginning of it about when you asked me what I thought the offenses needed to do in this set. And if you look back at that third round, we had a lot more points scored, but there was also a lot more dribbling going on. What did you think about that? Did the dribbling really make that big of a difference?
I think that the spacing made more of a difference than the dribbling. I think that when they got it, They were passing it out of the defensive zone. They were passing it around on the offensive zone. They were doing short passes. They were doing back passes. They were spacing across and moving it back and forth across the field until they moved it up to score. That is the dribbling definitely gave them that advantage to get over and then set up the offense. Really, you need to get 2 stacks up there. If you get 1 stack up there, there's just not even 2. I mean, if you get 1 stack up there and nobody else is up there, that's good and great. But that's really didn't happen that much this game. Everyone is fast. So you're going to really need 2 stacks back there. So dribbling and more just in a general sense, stacking, getting the personnel upfield so that way you can get positive numbers and develop a good bubble. So, Viper, I want to thank you for joining us, man. It was great talking to you and seeing you, and good luck in season 7 with Selfish. And thanks for popping in.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it. Can't wait for the next game. See
Oh,
what you
yeah.
guys got.
Yeah, and we don't really have anything quite on the dock yet. We are going to be starting Tuesday events here shortly for the off-season thermal with people having extra time, being colder and we're being inside. We have no thermal. So we're going to be doing more of that. We're going to be partnering up with VRBN on maybe doing some parties on their server with Jackbox. And we want, like I said, we all obviously... I don't know anybody that bought the Quest or the CV1 or whatever they bought for Echo. Echo is just kind of like something that, you know, a lot of times we all just kind of came across it organically. So we all play other games. So it's nice to kind of get in here. We're going to set up other games and have a lot of fun, just like winding down as we amp up for next season Vermal. And so we got all of our peeps in the arena. They did have to call in Swami to sub for Spike's team. I think it was Big Papa Dirt. Looks like he had to swap for them. So this match is going to be Spike's team, which is going to be Sandalorian, Chuck, Spike, Lolly, and Swami. And then they're going to take on Woogland's team, which is... man, they all name their teams such long things, and you know, it's Woog's team. That's what we're gonna call them. That's gonna be Shake and Bake, Woog, Happy Path Diamond, and Dr. Turt. Mangos, who's your money on?
Hey, real quick, can I ask a question?
Of course.
What was the team name before that won?
Oh, that was my favorite team.
Nice, thank you. All right.
I did call your name my favorite team because I could remember it, because Brevity is, I'm a fan of Brevity. And Woogland's team is Woog's winning better than everyone else something team. And then Spike's is also unusually long. So we're just going to call it Team Spike. If you want to know the name, hop on the server. And it's, you know, if you're not on the server, it's called Spacial Collective. I'll drop a link here once we get going. We can tell the teams to ready up and we can get going on this second game.
It's game on.
Oh, yeah.
Interception. Orange clears it out.
So, man, this is your first time casting?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, let me see. You're going to need to pick this one up. I got to pull up the stream here. And it looks like it's going to be orange is going to be Spike's team. So he's got the disc off the face off. It's going to be Spike up in the ceiling, kicks it across over, but it's going to be the first turnover of the game. We're going to see a lot of those.
They cleared it all the way. Mistake.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
nope.
Oh, it's out of bubble. Yeah, but they have a defensive stack back there to break it up, and Diamond's not able to play it. Lolly's going to have it. She's going to send it. Try to send it through the tunnel, but it's going to kick back. They all know that feeling. We got to dribble down to the floor. That's what Torque wants to see, that nice dribble to set up really good numbers. That was a very nice, smooth dribble. Good shot, too. Just didn't quite make it. Yep, those are tough. Sandalorian sends it over. It's going to go cross through the tunnel down into the floor. We got a floater, but he puts up, that's Spike. He puts up his.
Oh, nice.
My goodness, Spike. Oh, the wild card. He puts up the block just in time. He did not have the speed to get that disc. So, for all intents and purposes, he stole that away because he did not have any business. He was not getting there first. That defender
That was a
did
great.
not know that. He didn't know Spike has eyes in the back of his head. So that's something you got to learn. And a great shot off the backboard. Those are those tougher to save or easier to save, Mangas, when they come off the backboard like that.
Oh, definitely tougher. I mean, even when you know they're coming, they're still difficult because you have to turn your whole body and your orientation's off and your sense of balance and everything. So yeah, for sure.
Well, especially with you, you're one of our sitting in a chair players, which I have done in recovery, but do not do willingly. I don't know how you do it at the level of play that you do it. If somebody has no play space, Mango, and they have to play in a chair, what are your keys to success?
Being precise as I can, as accurate as I can with my stuff, with my movements. Passes, same thing. Trying to be as accurate as I can with my throws and passes. Just so I don't have that mobility. My ceilings are 7 foot. If I stand up, my reach is to 8.5 feet. When my arms extend, are almost 8.5 feet. So standing up and slamming to my ceilings is not an option. My
How
rings.
did that go through Happy?
Nice.
The block. I think he might have grabbed the block instead, and they gave him 2, so he must have literally had that in his possession. And then I'm not sure how he kicked that. Let's see if we see the shot. I mean, I don't even know. I just watched the replay. I don't even know what happened there. That's tough. And with points at an absolute premium, you get those are gonna kill you. They dribble a top trench and they grab it, nice steady dribble, and Turt's gonna have it, pulls it back down to bow tie. He's gonna get some room here. He plays it across. They have 2-on-2, and actually some more coming to reinforce. It's gonna be Turt, but he can't feel the pass. Turt still has it. Turt's been kind of all over the arena there, grabbing all those discs, and he pays it forward. And another shot that's going to go through the goalie's hands. That one is Swami. Looks like they got Swami playing back, and we got some action here. It's 4-2 in favor of Spike's team.
Great teamwork goal right there.
And I don't want to leave that team hanging here. We'll say their name, but I just got to pull up. Stronger than Superman, Batman, and the Avengers combined is the name of Mr. Spike's team, and that's another goal. They are actually coming in today, Mr. Wooblin, with that one. So we got goals by both of the captains. Both members of Spacial Confusion that are in this match have now scored. So the gauntlet has been dropped. We got a very even tie game here. And we're about halfway through. This has almost resembles a normal match here. Yours that we were watching that one, man. That must have been crazy to watch it from your perspective. Another goal by Chuck from 12 o'clock as he just puts it in. Swami
Nice.
can't quite get to that, and we have 6-4 shot. So what did you see in that last match that you were playing in? Like watching it.
Far. No, I was trying to be their caster from the backside. I was always floating up to the ceiling so I could see everything and just trying to tell them what's going on from afar, stuff that they didn't see from behind them. So,
the goalies have been doing a good job staying in bubble. What did it? Did you ever almost come out of bubble?
only 3 times I thought I was going to get assessed because I wasn't sure.
Well, we decided we was like, okay, we don't want to mess up like the outcomes, but we don't want, we just don't want somebody to come blatantly out of bubble. We also don't want to watch the bubble the whole game, But this one's going to click around. We do want to watch the bubble right now because it's about to rain points here, and Dr. Turt puts that in from dead center and very, very close. That's not going to be easy for the goalie, and we got a really good back and forth round here. It's tied with 3 minutes and 43 seconds left at 6. and it's going to be taken by Chuck and Lolly. They are staying on each other. They have a pup split. Swami's over here. They have switched goalies in the middle of the round. Swami's now out playing on the left side, and what a shot by Chuck.
Get to your lock.
And it bounces off Happy Path, so Happy Path will get the credit, so to speak, for that goal. But nice shot by Chuck. They only give them 2 for that. So it's only going to be a 2-point game, as we still have over 3 minutes to play, and we might get both teams in double digits this game. Shake and Bake's going to have a nice pass to Turk. Turk's going to go across to the floor. Cannot connect. Those are tough to pick up sometimes if they hit it right before it gets to you. Diamond sends it across the ceiling and over to Shake and Bake, who slams it in. Oh, yeah, it's another tie game here. We have 4 ties here this round. I love it. 5 if you can't, 0 versus 0.
Yes, back and forth right now.
Yeah, definitely. And then see how they roll it out. They go heavy left. They got 3 people attacking on the left, and they will, even though they don't connect, they'll still pick it up. And that's going to be picked up by the defensive stack. Diamond and someone else is going to stack up, but they can't get it through. And a lot of those today, just tough bounces, clicking out. Chuck's going to shoot it off the backboard. Picks it up, puts it home.
Damn.
Oh, man, nice pass up by Lolly D as well to pick up the assist. And we got 10-8 here. Still plenty of time.
Chuckle's on fire. That's his 3rd goal.
Yeah, he's feeling it, man. And Chuckles is doing something cool. He is his team put together about 12 people, and they're all going to kind of get together and kind of give themselves a big enough group to scrim with themselves, set up practices, see who vibes together, and then when season 7 comes around, they have a nice player pool to even assemble like 2 teams from. So I thought that was a cool idea. I love all these people putting together these new teams, like Viper, Chuck, not with a new team, but expanding his roster and expanding our roster out. I mean, it's been a lot of fun playing with all the people in VRPL, VREL, like Obsidian and Corny and even Lolly and Torque. Yep. Those are and even and even like Das Damon came in for a game and helped us out. Wooglin's going to put it up from the bottom, and 10-10. We got a tie game with 40 seconds left.
Oh, snap. Do they still say snap?
Oh, yeah, we definitely say snap, especially when it's 10-10. It's about to go to overtime unless they make a nice offensive setup here. Oh, he's on his back. Diamond has a 2 people up. He's got a number. He's got to send it, but he doesn't send it in time, and the defensive stack catches up. But their stack's gonna pick it up. It's gonna be Turt Wooglin. Turt with the shot as time runs out, and it's gonna be 12-10. What a round! Woo! You gotta play against that, Mangoes. Are you nervous?
Dude, I'm still nervous from the last game, so I will carry that forward to the next game.
Yeah, you guys, really held your own there. Kay got in and got the better of you in that second round, but you guys, your other players that were able to leave the bubble were passing it up really well. That's really when it changed. When you get comfortable with passing side to side, not necessarily worried about pushing forward. That's really what opens up those pass lanes that ultimately end up in scoring. Right now, we're just taking a pause so that Torque can go in and advise that yet again we have no infractions. So no points need to be assessed. We're going to have another clean round here. And I hope this one goes to 3 rounds. That's fun. I like when all of them go to 3 rounds because, that 3rd round, they always have that pressure is amplified, Yep. No penalties. We're going to another steady round here, and we're going to unpause. And let me look at the stats. I don't see anything that particularly stands out, but Wooglin definitely 4 goals, 2 saves. He is like one of those players that puts it up in every column. He probably would have saves if he was playing a normal 4v4 probably too. One of our last Vermo games, he had seven assists and 7 saves. And that really in like a handful of goals too. So he just like one of those players, great to play with. I played with him season 4 on floppy disk, and then again this year with Spacial, and played with him on VRPL. And he is a great 2-way player. He can get back to goals so fast. He can respond really quickly to situations. He's got good IQ all around. Yeah, I'm glad that he found his way onto Spacial.
100%.
Round starting in 12, 11.
Yeah, you want to take a pause? I can always grab a sub. It looks like we're short. I guess we don't need a pause. We just need to bring a spectator out.
Yeah. Yeah. They should have stayed paused until he came back in. That's what we did. So.
All right. Oh, yep. It looks like we got a red card here. A penalty for the caster here. The penalty for the orange team for not getting their player in on time. So, but now it's going to be tough going back to back in a game like this too. I'm sure you're glad you had the break.
I am glad, but I'm more glad that we won. When we went down, on this little break, when we were up 2-0 in that third round, and then they got that 3 on, because I went low to get that, and I didn't see him sneaking up on me.
Why are we unpausing with not enough players?
Here we go.
Hey, let's take a pause. I have subs lined up. Yeah, pause it.
Not in my house. Orange.
We're gonna pause it mid-action here. We want to see 5s. We don't want to see 5 on 4. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna beat the people. We got about 7 people that want to get in on this, so definitely don't want to leave them out.
Who do we lose though?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I was trying to assess that, but couldn't.
And they're handling it right now though.
Yeah, scoring's gonna be another whole other thing. Okay.
Oh, with Sandalorian. Okay, got it.
Well, that worked. Oh, nice cross pass in. Oh, what a
Great.
save, Lolly. Oh my goodness. Oh, I saw it. I saw it too. I was like, was she not the goalie? She just walked it out. Poor Lolly. But they set up another offense here, and they cut it across below, and Diamond's going to scoop it up and can't meet with Turt. Turt's going to have it above shoulder. He kicks it to Shield, and a great play. Nice pass to Shield. Wooglin's going to finish it off. They have a 2-0 lead here. We threw our first red card. You know, I really wanted to throw a red card. I'm sorry, Lolly. That had to be you, but that red card that was burning a hole in my pocket. All right, so it's going to be a right side tunnel throw to Sandalorian. It's going to kick out. Steak and Bacon, Dr. Turt have a stack to clear it out. Are they going to be able to get up there in time? They do have 1 blue player, but 2 defensive players, so they slap it around. It's a good way to buy time to get additional offensive players up, which they do. They kick it, reset it to Shake and Bake at Bow Tie, who's going to take it forward to 12 o'clock, tries to bounce pass to St. Laurent. Nice shot.
Get to your launchers.
That was Diamond. Picked that up and took that shot. That's a very good offensive player, and he can be fun to watch, especially when he's feeling it.
4, 3, 2, 1. Teams have cleared the launcher.
All right, so they stay stacked. We've been seeing people stay stacked all game. They're taking the torque roller. They want to kind of dribble, but that dribble gets away from them. Wooblin and Diamond are going to have it. They throw it right into the defense's hands. He's going to kick it back, and what a shot! Ripped a shot. That is Swami with the 3.
Got the goalie down in the bottom.
Oh man!
Wow.
What a nice shot.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Teams entering the arena.
They needed that terribly, though. They needed that. Get a little bit of momentum and a little bit of confidence.
Oh yeah, that's and we saw it in your game. You know, by the third round, everybody's kind of got some chemistry. I mean, like people are understanding where they're wanting to be, what they're wanting to do. So it's just sometimes it just takes not just getting warmed up, but feeling out those teammates that you have. Wooglin's going to put it in. He's been scoring quite a bit this round. I think that might be his 3rd goal. I mean he might have all the points.
Just hanging on the bottom of the goal. Nice pass.
Yeah. He's got a good chunk of his team's points.
Here we go.
We got a 3-6 game here. Spike's team with a 3-point deficit. It's 5.5 minutes left. St. Lawrence going to retreat. He sends it through the middle, and we got an offensive Dr. Turd here is going to kick it forward to shoulder, and that's going to be Diamond who puts it in pocket, opposite pocket, or close to it.
Bounce shot.
A
Bounce, but a dinger. Ding shot.
Yeah, those are be really friendly in this game sometimes. You click the post, and it tends to want to help you here. And we got a 8-3 game. Wooglin's team has a 5-point lead.
Interception.
And so, obviously, if they can secure this lead, they will be headed to the finals to play you. So you're looking at your future arena enemies here, Mangos. And look like they're getting pretty warmed up here in this 2nd round. Good job breaking that up by Spike. He flicks it off Pack, but picks it up himself. Turt's going to take it. He sends it up to Cloud on the same side. Diamond's going to cross pass to Boot. Nice cross Boot, but he can't quite connect on the shot. They're going to retrieve it. Turt sends it across, and they aren't able to pick it up off the post. And Spike's team can clear it out. They clear it up, but it kind of gets only about halfway through tunnel and goes back out to the middle of the field where it's going to be a race. Spike, oh man, Spike's so good on one-on-one in the middle of the field. I mean, I don't know how he gets to some of those things, and he just loves to brawl. Let's see, Chuck tries to clear it out. So Spike's pretty much your stack partner. What do you like about Spike as far as in playing on the back stack with him, man?
That he's on my team.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he can definitely make a lot of trouble for stacks. And if you can stack up and back and through the middle, and the teams aren't messing with you, you can have a really good game. But Spike definitely doesn't allow that to happen. We have Swami who kicks it over to Sandalorian. Nice job bringing it to a place where he could get some space and kicks it over to Chucks, who's going to slam it home. Chuck's having a really good offensive game here today, too. And we got a 1-goal game.
Yep.
So another close round. We haven't had really a not close round. We haven't had a round that's been more than 2 goals, I don't think.
Yep. No, the thing I like most about Spike is that we always have the same goals in mind, and we kind of know what each other's going to do. Really good chemistry, and he's always got my back no matter what.
Yeah. Hey, he's a great teammate. He's really good. He's the spirit of the team for sure. Like he very positive, very much like lets you know that he's got your back, and yeah, it's a great teammate. Super great teammate. Shake with the top from ceiling. Nice move down and in. And I feel like Shake's been around for almost as long as I've been around. That whole Sloth team, I probably have scrimmed and played more Vermal matches with Slothosaurs than any other team with all my teams. And they're such a good fundamental team and very super friendliest people of all time. So they have really good ethos over there, and all their teammates really kind of uh, you know vibe together so well. I love that team, and there's always such even matches when we play them. So we got some little bit of offensive possession that tries to unfurl here for Team Wooglin, but they are not concerned with that. They are concerned with running down this clock so they can play in the championship round, which will be coming up right after this. So don't even look away. Shake's got an open shot there, and she's going to make the best of it. That's a 12-5, and that is all she wrote. They do not have enough time, because the diffs on their side, they'll need at least 8 to 10 seconds to get it up. They just don't have time to really come back on this one, but hopefully we'll see a nice little offensive rollout. The nice dribble to the middle, but they don't quite have it as it clicks off into the bottom. They pick it up. They have room. They have some numbers. They have a defensive stack that's coming in, trying to toughen them up. Chuck almost got a nice shot off, but he got stunned before he's able to do that. It's going to get sent back the other way by Blue. And that'll be Team Woog, and they will it's a loose disc. They tried to send it, but it got picked up. This time by Sandalorian, and Spike's going to throw it a little low off the shield, still in the bubble. They get slapped out that time by goalie. And
That'll do it.
Chuck is going to send it to the floor. And whereas we got a penalty in that round, Lolly won't have to worry about it being the deciding factor, as that ended up being a 7-point deficit and a win, and our widest gap and our highest tied for our highest score in a round there by Wooglin's team. So they look warmed up, man. I'm going to let you go hop in the arena, and thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me, guys. Later.
Yeah, no problem. We're going to run a little bit of a promo while I'm going to get a little drink of water here, and we'll meet you back here in a couple minutes, and we'll get our next guest caster loaded up.
Later.
All right, we are back here. It's the championship round coming right up. It's going to be Team Wooglin and Team Demangos, the winners from the first and second round. And with me, I have a great experienced caster that's going to help me with the championship round. You know her from casting Vermal for as long as I've been playing, it feels like. And then also Team Pandora and been on Team Pandora for a long time, and also the Mix VR. Lots of different projects. You're all over the place. It's none other than Jeep Girls. How's it going, Jeep Girls?
Fantastic. And thank you guys so much for having me. I am so happy to be here. When you told me about the format for this tournament, I was absolutely thrilled. This is something I've wanted to see for a while, something I've wanted to be a part of. So I'm super thrilled to be here.
Yeah, and happy to have you in the collective as well. And it's just nice getting to cast with you because I'm always hearing you, but never getting to cast with you. So it's gonna be fun. Did you get to catch either of the early matches?
I've been watching them for a bit now. Actually, both of them.
They're stingy. I mean, it's tough. I mean, they figured out a little bit more that second game. They were able to, develop good bubbles and score quickly. I mean, I felt like that getting it to that attacker in a favorable position and then like putting the dagger in while you have the chance because they just no space out there.
Right.
And especially as you get into bubble where the best, like if all the players are up, you still have a one-man disadvantage on offense. So it's tough. It's
And I noticed you're doing a lot of clears and stacks, which is a little different when you have a perma goalie because they're ready for you and they're waiting and you're not going to just slip those threes by. So that's really cool.
And I have noticed that they are trying to clear to areas that aren't accessible by the goalie. But the problem is that the defensive stacks get to those places rather quickly.
They do.
So like whether it's pack or whether it's like up in the trench, like those are places where you got like a half a second to a second to figure out what you're doing and then execute it.
Right. Oh my goodness.
Especially with those extra people in the arena. So
we're down. This is the finals, right? This is
finals. Yeah, easy peasy four team single elimination. Nice little shindig to kick off the official kickoff of the server. We kind of talked about doing this about a month ago, just kind of like get all the people that create stuff and get them together and see what they do and see what let them promote their stuff and engage with everybody's content. And so it's been fun. And then as secrets tend to do, that got out, and then all of a sudden the server blows, like, okay, I guess we're just gonna roll with this. So it's been nice, everybody supporting the collective so far. We grown beyond what we thought it would in such a short time, so it's been fun.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch.
Yeah, it's a good. I love this format too. Yeah.
What made you decide to do this format for this kickoff?
Just we didn't want it to be the exact same thing, but we didn't want it to be being too cute either.
Mm-hmm.
So we wanted something that kind of, with like a lot of all these players coming from mostly Tyro.
Right.
And really developing into that team play. So we wanted something that really lended itself to the team play aspect of the game, where you have to really develop the possessions. You have to be successful with passing and spacing. And so we thought locking that. And we realized when we opened up signups, we were going to have a ton of people. So we're like, okay, let's do 5 people so we can have more people. But then also let's keep that goalie lockdown so it's not just a total train wreck.
So are these randomized teams? Is that what you guys did for this?
So what we did for this was all the captains drafted. We had a draft offline where we had the first 16 people that signed up, and then we all the people, captains drafted their teams, and everybody had different strategies with that. And it's interesting to see who everybody ended up with, and it'll be fun to watch these 2 winning teams now that they're all warmed up and feeling good, and see how they go at each other.
Absolutely. This is going to be a blast. I can't wait.
Yeah, you can tell them to ready up whenever, Torque, and we'll get this championship game started. That Woogland team, that's the one I would, if I was the other team, I'd worry about. Because the first game, my favorite team, which is the Mango's team, was fairly struggling to get to the disc a lot of times, to stack up, to find ways to penetrate through that perma goalie situation. So it'll be interesting to see if they adjust anything or how they play that out.
It will be. I'm looking forward to this. We're just to ask, because there's no other way for me to ask it. Are we watching this through the stream, or are we going in with a link?
We're just watching this.
Okay, that'd be awesome.
Oh yeah, sorry.
No, it's all good.
No, I'm glad Torque knew was there to support you. But yeah, let's see here. We got both teams in there. They've been told to ready up. We have blue ready here, and we'll see if Mangoes follows suit. Alrighty. So I'm sure they'll have Mangoes back for his team. I'll be interested to see who they kept. They kept Happy. Poor Happy had some tough luck goals on him in that last one. So hopefully all the jitters are out.
Orange team ready.
Got it.
So when did you start casting for Vermo?
In season 5, I started with them, and I had done 13 cast in season 5, and then this season I was,
11.
I decided I wanted to go in and see how many I could get done, and I ended up with, I believe, 83 or something for this season. So
Wow.
It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. And prior to that, I had been casting. I kind of was thrown into casting, and I'll tell you the story sometime. With a tournament that the casters didn't pan out, so somebody said, "Hey, Jeep, you should cast it," and I was like, "I have no idea what I'm doing," and that's what started it. So it's been fun. It is
fun. It's fun to watch, and it's fun to describe what you see, and and see how everybody approaches it differently. And we have already some good offensive bubble here, but you see how many defensive people are back there. Even when you get people up, it's like you have a very short window to you want to take it up slow, but you kind of have to develop these plays pretty quickly, because if they get all 5 people back there and you got 4, then you got a numbers problem. That's a good shot from under goal. That's Dr. Turt gonna put it in for the first goal of the match, 2-0.
12, 11, 10.
Oh, we got a penalty called on Orange team. So how the penalties are going to work, they're going to get assessed on the next round. Unless it's a deciding round, then it gets added in the score. So that one will get added for sure to the next round. So that let's see how that'll affect that. And we got a nice we got a loose disc here, and a little bit of chaos. Precise is going to take it out from the trench and send it up. It's going to get to his over to Trap, sends it back to Precise at Double Diamond. They're cautiously playing it up, but going with really high percentage passes here. How do you set up an offense with so many people back like this?
Yeah, it's pretty wild to watch. You definitely have to go in with a plan, and that was a good one. I mean, everybody was in position to try and get some points there, but it did hit the ding ring, and that's going to be Diamond now picking up that disc and sending it right down into the orange zone. That keeper is just patiently waiting back there, which is wild. This is so cool. Wilt with the disc, and Precise, nice stack work, but unfortunately, Shake and Bake gets in their way and is going to deny that one.
A slap down that's going to go into the bubble, which is occupied. And it's interesting they decided to go with Wooglin in the bubble because he's such a great two-way player. Good offensive player, and he scored a lot in the first game. So we'll see if that's maybe just for a round or for a goal, or how they decide to do that.
Well, they have plenty of time to do it, because 7 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock is a long time, especially in Echo, especially with 10 players in the arena. I've done this a couple of times where we've done 10 players. We usually do 10 players with disc curve, which is absolutely nutty and insane chaos, which is fun from time to time, but never with the requirement that the goalie has to stay in the bubble. So that's definitely a different challenge. That disc is going to be right down there, and their stacks are doing a great job of getting to it. That defensive stack back there is handling that change very well. That's going to be right down to Precise. Precise now going to pop it over gently to Surtrees. Surtrees sends it forward, but it's not quite going to connect, and that disc is back to Dr. Turt.
Yeah, the backstacks, can be more aggressive with knowing that they have the support back there. A nice offensive opportunity breaks out here, 2-on-1, but they can't convert. But just knowing that you have that support back, you can, that backstack is not having to cover goal. So that immediately takes a huge portion of their workload and a lot, opens up a lot of bandwidth for them to do a lot more and be more aggressive, things like that. So they definitely have a good backstack on Team Orange. So let's see if they lean on that.
Yeah, that what's really interesting about this to me is that third player that some people call it a midfielder, some would call it a defender, whatever you want to call it. Not the stacker. I mean, not the striker stack, but the player who's usually with your goalie for the backstack is not having to have that pressure of I've got to get the goalie back and I've got to get that goalie back into position. So this is definitely a different challenges, but different advantages at the same time. Like right now, that disc is just moving very gracefully, I guess is the right word. I'm not sure. And they're doing a great job. And that is points on the board for Orange now, and it's tied.
That's Wilt, and that's formerly known as Force 101. Or if you've known him as long as I have, it's also Force 214, or one of his many names. Let's see here. And then I played with Force. I played with Wilt in Season 5, Dragon Army. He started that team. I played with him, and it's good. A good learning experience that season. That was the first time we had kind of gotten to Diamond and Gold level play for me. So that was decided to take everything you know and realize you've been doing it wrong and relearn how to do it the right way.
That's a mistake that a lot of us do. We often make bad habits, and it's hard to break those bad habits. So, because most of us start out as pub players, and we form some pretty bad habits in pubs that then we have to change. And it takes a lot of work to relearn those things, especially when you're an old dog. You don't learn as quickly. So.
Yeah, it's it is tough because then you get into bronze or bronze and silver. Oh, nice cut pass to Wilt. He's gonna have another goal here, and it's a 4-2 lead. But yeah, it just knowing you get into bronze games and then you play against other bronze teams, so they're doing the same mistakes that you're doing typically out there. So it's the blind leading the blind. Then you think you're doing good, and then you crawl up the ladder, and then you realize, oh no, that's actually not what we're supposed to be doing.
Right, and then you start watching these upper level matches, and you sit there and you go, "Wow, okay, so they play totally different than we do."
Yeah,
and you have to start to change because the higher you go, all of these teams are implementing those skills, and if you don't have them, you are going to be stuck, hard stuck.
Yeah, it looks like we're having a ping issue. We'll see if we can sort it. If not, we can grab a sub. We got a list of subs that are ready to hop in this championship action here. But yeah, the first really watching Vermal Twitch was really enlightening. That's really where that's the first place I think I learned a lot of the advanced things that I had to start doing that they were doing, that the things that was getting me beat up in normal games. And then, so that just watching the games, listening to people talk about the games, I remember just all the casters, Vermal, Luke, especially, it's one of my favorites. He just has a really good way of keeping up with the action, explaining the game really well. And, then with Tyro, learned a lot through, developing things like that.
And it's interesting to be the same game. There are so many different play styles. Beautiful, beautiful job there by Wilt, stretching that lead. Still 4 minutes in the first round, though, and but points have been hard to come by. This is different. Much lower scores in all of these rounds tonight.
Yeah, and nothing comes easy. Nothing is going to come easy, unless the goalie biffs it, like it happened last game a couple times. But Oh, they can't quite get a handle on it. They get blown up, and Wilt's going to have it. He's going to go for another shot, and he is taking over the round a little bit. He has scored another time here, broadened the lead to 6 points, and still have time, and they just need to get a good offensive possession here. We'll see what they decide to do. The goalie's reporting to one of the side tunnels, and we got a 4-person rollout of number 1. They do a split. They send it over to the left side, over to the Diamond. Diamond's going to creep down into the trap. He's got a stack that's in possession. He sends it up to Turp. There's another stack up there. And then they are going to get it moved forward, but the goalie's up there. It's Shake and Bake playing the back line, but she coughs it up to Precise, and he's going to put the goal in, and that is going to make it a very difficult 9-point deficit, especially with points being hard to come by deep. That's going to be tough.
Right, and typically this would be plenty of time, and I would be saying, "Oh, that's just a couple of goals. They've got this." But points are much harder to earn here. Oh, that was slick. Oh, but what a save by Shake and Bake, to send that one right back out. Very, very well done. She was back there and had 2 players moving in on the offense on her there. Well done indeed. Nicely done.
Able to clear that with her arm through the goal like that and get a pretty accurate clear. That's very tough.
It is. It is. And I hadn't noticed until they just came out on the joust that your goalie is not QBing because that's outside of the bubble. So
yes,
that's an interesting mix-up as well.
Yeah, that was one of the questions in the team chats. So it's like, it was Shake, actually. It was Shake and Bake. She goes, so we can't play quarterback if we're goalie? It's like, yeah, the nest is out of the boat.
Nope. That's a different. Interesting.
Yeah, we wanted to kind of have the feel of a 4v4, but with the added difficulty of scoring and taking out transition goals, and that kind of pushes that. One of 2 things going to happen. It's either going to advance the play into spacing and passing, or it's going to devolve into loose disc chaos.
Here for either one.
Both. Yeah, we've seen. I'm ready for either, and we've seen a little bit of both.
That's awesome. So is self-goaling still on? You can still self-goal?
Self-goaling is off because I saw someone chuck it right through the back earlier. So I assume that self-goaling's off. Torque might be able to confirm that for me, but I'm not.
Self-goaling is off. That's okay.
You never know what you're gonna get with us, Jeep. We're just.
I love it.
Whatever. I don't even know half of what's going on.
It's wild. Yeah. That's so fun. That's amazing. Oh wow, you've got a ton of chuckles, by the way, in the Twitch chat. Here, VRBN is just gifted a ton of subs there, so that's always appreciated.
Thanks, Chuck.
Indeed.
And that makes me happy. I want Bourbon to get support. It's a great channel. Torque works really, really hard, puts on really solid casts, and nice shot there, but not in time. It's going to be. Well, they're supporting the channel, man. People. I'm not. But hey, I will buy you a steak because that's what it's all. I mean, I'm not. My skills are not. I forgot they can't hear you. Why are you?
It's the voices in your head. It's okay. It's okay.
No. Yes. There's someone here. Torque's getting into the financial landscape of Twitch, which I know nothing about. I know how to use Discord out of necessity. And that's it. And Twitch I know how to watch on. But yeah, there is a yeah. So we're gonna have our first round here.
Okay, so they get penalties for
the player.
Yeah. So what all do they get penalties for?
Leaving the bubble.
Just for leaving the bubble.
Just for leaving the bubble. It sounds like we might have some casting audio issues from Jimbo. Says that we might be cutting out. We'll see if anybody else reports that. But yeah, just can't come out of the bubble. And so we've only seen it happen twice. Last one was in a non-decisive round, so it didn't make a difference. But this one is going to be in the championship game, and they're going to start out with a 2-point advantage in the second round.
So is it always a one penalty point, or does it increase as the more times you come out of bubble?
No, we just keeping it simple. If you kind of come out there, you kind of take, you'd definitely be doing that to kind of nullify a scoring opportunity. So we figured just give the team the points. So that's how we're going to do it. Torque, if you want to add those points to the scoreboard before we start, then that way we can keep track of the actual score of the second round. And it looks like we might need Mangoes to hit the restart button here because we got to add points. That's the fun of Vert VRPL, because there's handicaps, and if you add the handicap, you got to do the restart. But I'm glad that Wooglin is the captain of the Vertpool team because he's on top of that. That's too much for me. Do you have you ventured into any other leagues? VRPL, VREL, VRTL?
Yes. just about all of the above. I played VRPL last season. It was intense. I was with my boys. I got to play on the team with them, and that was the whole reason that we did it, so that they're so much better than I am, and I will never, ever even remotely be as good as they are. But we got to play together, and that was something that we said, hey, we'll do this together, and we'll have a good time, and it was so much fun. And, we ended up playing a lot of teams that I had no business being in the arena with, which was fun. But
oh yeah.
Hey Ramsey.
Yeah. What's up?
This is DJ, or this is the Mangoes. You want to restart to assess the 2 points?
Yes.
Is that what we need to do? All right, cool. Thanks. Bye.
Yep. That was Mangoes hopping in just to make sure we're doing it right. So once we get the 2 points on the board, we will launch it, and then we shall see. That one was forget the score, 11-2. Is that how it ended in
yes,
favor?
Yes, that was 11-2. Orange with 11, blue with 2.
Wilt really, and Wilt is really good player. I mean, just like, and he's got all sorts of controller issues. So he's out there. He can't even juke, and juking is like a huge portion of his game. But he can't even juke right now. But he can still stack. Really good offensive player. Really good. Tall. So he has a huge, wide reach, and it's just like so hard to take the disc from.
Do you know if he's by chance tall?
Yeah, he's like 6'1",
yeah.
6'2", so 6'1", I think. So he, that reach is savage.
I have a team. One of my teammates is 6'4", and he comments all the time because I'll be in goal and I'll jump to reach one, and I'm only 5'5", and I'll jump to reach one, and I'm like, oh my god, my arms are too short, and they all laugh at me because they're all 6 foot plus. So it's kind of fun. I have a great team though. I love my team.
So how did the cast go now that you've done so many? Is it just kind of like walk in the park, or do you still is that something that racks your nerves at all, or how do you stay up on all the action? How do you stay up on all the teams? What is that process like?
Oh gosh, I honestly love the rosters channel because I love seeing people come and go, and you're kind of like, oh my gosh, this person just left. Are you kidding? What's going to happen to the team? No, it's a lot of fun, and I still get it depends on what team's playing.
Yeah.
If it's if it's going to be a really tight game, you get more intense, and
already
that was a gorgeous goal. Yeah, absolutely, by precise there. If it's a really tight game and it's going to be a tight game, those are so much fun, but they're also so much more intense, and you find yourself taking pages and pages of notes. Mostly it's just fun. And I've gotten to the point where I love casting, and Pinch Nerve and I were talking about this earlier. We love casting almost more than we love playing.
Yeah.
And it's it's so much fun to watch these players get better and better and better, and their teams move up, and there'll be a
We have
mishap
a
and the team will fall
opportunity here.
apart.
Off the post by turn.
Oh.
He had a
Try again.
1-on-1.
Oh, BG making that grab.
You don't have much of a window. Once the stacks get back, the numbers get real bad. So, with those offensive possessions, it's good to pass up, but man, it also is good if you can attack, get a good opportunity. You might only get one shot off before the cavalry arrives.
You might. You're right. Diamond's gonna move into that bubble, trying to see what's gonna happen. Oh my goodness, there's so many players right there in the bubble. That is crazy. Gonna just take the shot and it's gonna bounce off the backboard and right back out of the bubble. I see your comment there, TGI. That Jeep Girls has replaced one of his favorite, my alter ego, Athena Storm. Yes, I was Athena Storm for about 6 months.
Yeah, clearly he has a type.
A goddess. Come on.
It just happens to be you. So we have Diamond who's going to take it up. He puts it off the tunnel. I hate that. Oh my gosh. That is like my story of my life right there. And then he's going to grab it. There's 5 people trying to figure out which direction this disc is going to go. It's going to go forward for the blue team. They're going to take it, try to set up an offensive possession. Nice cut pass by Diamond to move it forward quickly, but across the field. Look at all those pass lanes cut off already. I mean, it's hard to find an open lane. You're going to have to be creative. I would start setting up, clock, start bouncing off the ceiling. And you need to give it to somebody who can get it, put it in right away and seal the deal real quick. Wilt's going to disc handle it, and not a lot of defensive pressure. They're letting them set up a little bit. They've kind of retreated back into bubble. And here we go again. We're going to try to set up offensive bubble. And Orange's going to take it across to top clock. That's where we want to see him. That top clock slipped in the back door. That's where you're going to find around the defenders. You're not going to be able to we've seen a couple cut passes that have been short and kind of backdoor cut passes, but you're needing to get it to somebody who can deliver the goods.
Yeah, I'm intrigued because I hadn't really thought about. They do have enough players that they could just stick one back on the clock area there and essentially wait, and it would be frowned upon. They would be yelling out cherry picker, but it is something that would be possible and feasible with the number of players in the arena. Of course, you would be you'd be down a man also on the other end, but hey, if it works, it works. And that's Surtrees now with the disc. Going to send that one right through. Ooh, going to bounce a little chaotically and not quite going to make that grab, but Wooglin does pick it up. Oh, and Surtrees is there to make the interception. Going to send that one right back down into the end. Too precise to BG. BG moving into the bubble. Will it be able to get the shot? Oh, no, it's going to go right back out of the bubble.
And we got a call in the field here. You see on the overlay, we got a blue penalty call. So this is going to be interesting because if it is a decisive round, it's going to add to this score. And then if it is not, then it's going to go to the next round. So we'll have to see where those 2 points end up factoring in here.
So TGI also acts as the official? Because he's doing a fantastic job on cameras.
Yeah, we are allowed to call, and I didn't even tell you that, we are allowed to call penalties from the booth. I haven't seen any, but, Torque is on top of that for us. He's already called a few, so.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that view inside the arena is pretty good. He's got it at the bottom. He shoots it. Oh, wow, that was a really good opportunity that he couldn't quite convert on. Cuts it across, and a nice move off the post. Tries to put it off the backboard Turk, but missed it. And rebound is picked up and driven home by Diamond. We have a 4-4 game.
So this is a totally different round and different pair up from round one, because round one was 11-2, and now we're tied. That's pretty fair. And they are going to come out right now. That is Sir Trees with the disc. I love that. It's so mixed up. And that disc is right there, going to be being sent all the way down into the blue zone. But the stack is going to get to it first and send that right back through into the orange end.
It's gonna get picked up in the trap, and wow, manages to get it out with a 3-on-1 and puts it up into the bubble, but not quite enough offensive reinforcements to be able to claim the disc and do anything with it. It's going to come down to the other end. We got a loose disc up the top trench. It's going to be picked up by Dr. Turt. Dr. Turt gets stunned out. Wilt gets stunned out. Diamond has it. Diamond actually finds himself some room up in that, and a great reset to Wooglin, but Wooglin can't deliver it back. It clicks off the Geo. I hate that Geo. Oh, I hate it. And then Wilt's going to clear it out, but it's going to click back to center and into the possession of Wooglin, who's going to send it forward, but there's nobody back there. Slips through Diamond's hands and goes back to Mango's. Mango's with the fake clear to the right, and then the clear to the left actually passes out to Sir Trees. Nice, calm passing out of the zone. That's what you like to see. Precise can't quite deliver the pass into the tunnel. Overleads him a little bit, and the defensive stack goes in, but not quite enough stack accuracy to pick that one up. And Sir Trees is going to send it across into Wilt on the other side. Wilt, very good at handling the disc. Had the right idea with that pass, but couldn't quite connect. It gets cut off by the back stack, who's now pushing forward. Wooglin's going to send it to shoulder where he's got Diamond, and Diamond scores. That's what I'm saying. That's the winning ticket. You got to get up into that zone and then get an offensive shot off, a good opportunity off really quick.
That was crazy. And that puts Blue in the lead for the first time in this entire game. So hopefully they can keep some momentum going and we'll get a third round, which would be fun.
Yes.
Sir Tree is going to send that one. Yeah, that would be amazing. Right down through all the way, but it's going to be intercepted by Shake and Bake. And Shake and Bake sends it right back out, but the Precise sends it in. And that threw me for a loop because I was expecting Shake and Bake in the goal, and then Shake and Bake wasn't in the goal, and it threw me for a big loop.
Yeah, they're allowed to switch as many times between goals as they want, so no limit on that. But yeah, it doesn't make it easy on us. They did that to me the last game. We got
that is, go, you're good.
Oh, I like that where they kick it over to the left tunnel, and then that back stacks forward because they have the goalie back there, so they can be a little more aggressive. So they kicked it off and then sent that forward stack up, but it gets turned over. They have a stack up, but it gets sloppy and it falls apart. And they do have somebody up to field it, but it's going to go and going to be retrieved by the defensive back stack. Happy Path in goal for Blue. BG's picking it up on the floor, sends it across the floor off the post by Wilt. He's going to field his own rebound. He has a great eye. His passes it back to Shield, but couldn't be picked up. Off the ceiling, he's going back to Wilt, but couldn't quite get there. Dr. Turk picks it off, sends it up, and it's going to go to the back line into the bubble. So the goalie able to stay. Look at that great control, able to play it without leaving the bubble. And that was another thing I was worried about being a goalie. Is like you come out for a play like that, and then you can't field the disc because it doesn't come into the bubble, but then you're out of goal. So that kind of was what I would be worried about, but confidently played on that one.
It does appear that they're mainly playing bubble defense as opposed to marking a man, which is an interesting choice. I mean, it's obviously working in this format, but that's an interesting observation to make. And that disc is going to be right down there into the hands of BG. BG gonna lose it though, getting stunned out, losing possession. That's Dr. Turp to Wooglin. The names. Wooglin now with the disc, going to send that one high right into the hands of Diamond. Diamond for the goal, taking the lead again by 2 points.
Yeah, he's been able to score well from that angle. He's been real trouble at the ceiling. That's going to be a good place to find opportunities when everyone's going to be cutting off pass lanes. That's one that oftentimes you can get to. Now it's going to be 8-6. I mean, they're going to really test my knowledge of my own rules here, because but it is actually not a decisive match. So the penalty is actually going to go next round on Orange is going to get 2 points. They are not going to get it this round because it is not a decisive round. It is a round that is picked up by Blue. So we will have another 2-0 start to this round, and this will be the deciding round.
Okay. So it's going to start with a deficit for one team, and then they're gonna have to pull ahead. Okay, that's fair. Stay in the bubble.
I would not want to play with a handicap in the final round, but you know.
I wouldn't either. Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't want to have to start the final round with a penalty either. But you know what? Mm,
And that's the one thing about VRPL is like Torque's explaining to the players here what's going to be happening. We're going to have to do a restart just to get that handicap added or the point spread added. But the VRPL, like you were saying earlier, you know, you get to play with people that you normally shouldn't be sharing an arena with per se.
ever.
Yeah, I mean, I played the New York Kings. I think I played. I know I played the Florida Laser Sharks. I played Hearthstone. I played, you know, all these just crazy good teams. They were getting, and I was bronze when that happened. That was so they would give them like 24 points, and they are something crazy, and they would come back and beat us.
Mark, I got to jump in here because don't forget, Spacial Confusion just beat the number 30 team on the NA ladder in VRPL play, so and without a handicap.
Yeah, and they played Honey Badgers, and they had 8 points that was given to them. But the 2 rounds that they took, they ended up not even needing the spread. They ended up beating them outright. But that's also, you know, you have to wonder like what that other team had to do. You know, starting out 8-0. You know that. You know, I guess when you're that good, you don't worry too much about it. Maybe
I
they
guess
should.
not. That's one of those things I'll never know.
I never played where they gave the other team points. I think we had one this year where they gave the opposite team 1 point. Oh, okay. So you guys think we're good? All right. All right. We got
sure. Hey.
here. We're gonna get it cleared out by Diamond, and it is a 2-0 lead due to a penalty, and we shall see who the winner of the very first Spacial Collective tournament is. Want to thanks for watching on Twitch. Thanks for keeping the chat active, and thanks for supporting Spacial Collective, Spacial, Confusion. Our team feels all sorts of love from the Echo community, and such good people that we've met, and it's nice to get them all in the arena together and do something a little different.
It is. I think it's great that you've been able to do this too and pull it off with great success so far. And I look forward to seeing what else you guys do. It's gonna be fun. I love stuff like this, you know. So.
Yeah, and something to take a little bit of the competitive edge that some of us have with Vermal. Yeah, not the goalie. Well, that's what happened to me first round. I lost track of the goalie. Lublin's gonna have it, but Wilt comes up real quick. And blindsides him, takes the disc over, but they're going to have a stack over there to field it. Shake and Bake, who's come out of the goal and into the offensive action. She gets it down to Boot, but he doesn't have enough space to make a play. It's going to clear out, and there's some trouble there. Precise is going to pick up. They have numbers. They have 3-on-1. That doesn't happen very much in this game, but the defensive stack is back. So that window has closed. Now they have all 5 back. They're going to try to clear it out and go the other way, but the offensive stack for Orange is going to get there. They do get it, manage to move it over to Orange's defensive side, and they have a person forward, but what a shot off the backboard by Diamond.
Wow. Nicely done for Diamond getting blue on the board. Jeez. Very nice shot. That was gorgeous.
Yeah, that was great.
Huh.
Yeah, real quick too. He didn't have much of a window. They had a stack headed down, and he put a nice one off the board. Surtrice is going to have a pub split here with the extra man going forward to right pack, but they don't complete that first pass. Shake and Bake's going to clear it out, but it's actually going to kick into the blue offensive side. But Orange is going to send it back the other way. Precise is going to stack up with BG. BG back to Precise off the board, but great save by Happy Pan. It's going to be a tough it gets right to BG, who finishes off and gets the 2 points. We got a nice final round here.
Definitely. And, that's why you never give up and you never assume that it's going to be a solid clear back out of the goal, because sometimes it's just right there and you can grab it and finish it off. And that was wise play indeed by the Orange team. And that's Joust advantage now going over to Wiglin. Going to force that quick QBing over there and still trying to get that disc through the midfield, and it is, but it's going to hit the wall. Yeah. Yeah, right. Absolutely. It could have been very, very bad, but BG's going to send that one right in. Oh, trying to get to it is Wilt. Going to have to chase it down, but that stack is trying to get there as well. It's a battle right now.
Oh, nice duck by Precise. Goes in on 1-on-4, but couldn't quite get the shot off. He got his head taken off. He picks it back up, kicks it over to the post, and Search Reed is going to put it in. And we have a 6-3 game in favor of Orange.
But that's just one goal, that's one solid goal, and I have faith in the blue team that they can get one. And I think once they get another one, they'll have some momentum and they'll start rolling, and maybe we'll see a little more aggression. I don't know. We'll see. Moving now with the disc.
How often do you cast a match where a team gets shut out two rounds in a row, like in that first game?
Yeah, sometimes it's hard. I would rather cast a game that is back and forth and crazy constantly all day long than a blowout. I mean, to me, a Mercy, it's hard because that one team is really hurting and struggling from that, and I don't like to see players and teams go through that. I would rather it be, and I play the same way. I would rather play and lose by 1 point or 2 points in overtime than to have a team cream us or just be beaten to death, or to Mercy a team. I don't. Yeah. That's not fun to me.
No, because it's like any other sport. You go out there and then people have different levels, and beating people that are still developing or haven't played as long as you or just aren't quite where you're at yet or don't play as much as we do. It's just like, it feels like it's so much more fun to earn it, than to just play around a team. Wooglin's going to take it from Nest. He has a really good shot from Nest, but not able to get it off as he is punched out. Shake and Bake's going to have it. She's going to kick it over, and a nice pass to Diamond. Diamond's been scoring there all game, but he dings that one, the ding ring, kicks it back, and he's slapped back by Wooglin, a slap across the floor, and a shot to Diamond from the bottom of the arena, and he's scoring from all over the place. And we've been seeing that pretty much all game, where one player figures out how to get good opportunities. And where we're not seeing Diamond go is we're not really seeing him go to post, and we're not seeing him go to shield. We're seeing him in places that he can actually get a pass lane. So ceiling, or kind of off on the side, not quite even on shoulder, but kind of behind shoulder, where he can get it just enough to get these really high quality shots off.
Yeah, and beautiful play by both teams. The defense right now from the blue team is crazy aggressive, and it's working for them. They're getting the disc back out of their zone. That lip of the tunnel, though, it gets them so often. It does me too, and I hate that. That's one of my least favorite areas in the arena. As BG does slap that one right back out, not quite getting the clear, and they're going to have to fight to get it, and that's Surtree's now with it. Going to send that one right back through into the blue zone. It's going to be in the blue bubble, but Diamond is there to make that grab with the stack with Dr. Turt, as, who is that? The Precise, his name's so small. The Precise comes in and puts some pressure on, and that disc has to go right back down. Wilt with it now, going to send it right back into the midfield.
So as the score stands with 3 minutes left, the penalty that was assessed at the beginning of the round would be the deciding difference in this game. So we'll see if that changes between now and the end. That just extra little rule change can be very, that 2 points comes in real handy in these deciding rounds.
It does, and that's got to be. It's definitely a change for the goalie also to not be able to do that and to forget. Oh, nice shot by Precise. And to forget and just to you slip out of the bubble just slightly, not even thinking about it, and then you go, oh, that was that's a goal.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know how many games you've played, but 3,000 games in or whatever. I couldn't imagine you can't leave the bubble. If somebody told me, if I was on one of these teams, I'd be like, do not put me in the bubble, because it's just all the instincts that you have just kind of, you just take over, and you just can't help but going for a disc you can have. And another goal by Orange. They are opening up the lead. This one by Sir Trees. He's had a good offensive game as well. This is going to be a 5-point lead. It's definitely not over. But they're going to be playing with an extra sense of urgency, I presume. Let's see. Wuglin looks like he's second in position. He'll probably be taking this disc. We got Turt on him. Looks like Turt will stay on them. They're going to dribble to the right. But then he sends it all the way down. But it gets a nice fortuitous bounce. It doesn't go into bubble, and they're able to pick it up in the top. Trent's going to be Diamond. Diamond's going to send it over. And he's going to have an open Wuglin there. He's going to reset it to station. Turt's going to hold it. And don't hold it too long. Yeah, and they need to open up. You see they're in kind of places where their pass lanes can be cut off. But a great move off shoulder by Wuglin. They cut it down to a 1-goal lead, but it has to be a 3. And we do have shooters in here, so a 3 can be done. We had Viper on earlier, Viper Phobia, talking about Precise, who he just added to Selfish, his new team, and how Precise can take these 18-meter shots from very far away. That won't be one of them, as Dr. Turt has it. They're going to try to split out. He's got a person to pass to, but he takes the shot himself.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that was a great use of goalie thing. Oh, my goodness. Also, a quick shout out to Chuckles for the hydrate. Thank you so much. I took a drink of my beverage here. We appreciate that. Joust. Oh my God, no doubt.
Because I was sitting there waiting for him to pass that, but if he passed that, that would have been a 2.
Right.
So great game IQ to be.
No! Dude, BG coming in clutch. Are you kidding?
Oh my gosh, I was getting ready for overtime. What
I
a surprising goal as they advance, and BG rips it with, that had to be less than a second there. And we have our inaugural tournament winners here. It is going to be Team DeMango's, my favorite team. That's their team name. But, at this point, they're my favorite team because they are the winners, and they are going to, what we're doing is giving them a roll. We're going to have, kind of seasonal tournaments. And then at the end of tournament season, oh no, Wuglin's calling a penalty. Okay. So yeah, we didn't see it, and he's not the ref. So that's how that stuff goes down.
I'd call for a penalty too.
Yeah, I would like to call for a penalty to get some overtime in here. But yeah, we're gonna do every couple months. We're gonna do a tournament, and then we're gonna allow all the tournament team winners to play in a tournament of champions here at the end of the cycle. So we got a lot nice in store here. So we're kind of figuring out what's next. We want to try to get we have all sorts of ideas that the community's added to, and things like trying to find the worst ping lobby that we can find and run a tournament in the most far away server we can run. And just kind of be creative, but also kind of competitive at the same time. This was a really competitive night. So it was really good action. I was super pleased with all of it. I think everybody played really well.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And gosh, I kind of want in on one of these. I might not be able to cast with you the next one because I might be playing it.
Right. Yeah, you gotta jump in.
No, that's super fun. I really love that you did this. This is totally something different and a lot of fun to be a part of. And I don't know, this is cool. I love it. I love to see new things starting and growing, and the passion for the game and the passion for the community continues to grow. And every time you do something like this, every time anybody starts to build another positive and friendly community, is definitely a step in the right direction for the game and for the community. So
yeah, and then everyone kind of asks well, what are you doing that's different than this server or that server? And it's I don't know if it's different or the same, but it's we have just met so many cool people. It's I want people to have an environment they can come in and feel like they can add to and not just be a part of, but take control of something. If you have an idea, let's put it into action and make it go down. And so this was I think this is good things to come. I think this one ran really well. Everybody played really good. I see on my phone's busting up here saying that Woodland is calling penalties in round 3. He wants that overtime. But that's just the way that the cookie crumbles. If they weren't mad at the refs at the end of the game, it wouldn't be
That's
sport.
Right. That's right. So you have other things going on in the server too. You've got all sorts of games and all sorts of activities, right?
Yeah, we'd started as like me and Tim Interbean. We used to play word games on floppy, so we kind of brought it over here, created a channel, and then all of a sudden people were playing Framed and people were playing math games and people playing. So we're like, okay, we're creating a channel for whatever y'all are playing. Like I said, it's like if you're doing it, if you start posting, show interest in it, then we want to support that. Because we play Echo a lot, but Echo does not define us.
Right.
We have other games. Most of us play other games. And we want to kind of like share those interests and just get people involved in I could never do a whole stream like Torque does, but just being able to add to what he's putting together here at VRBN and is awesome. And so I want everybody in the community just to have a place to go to spitball and come up with stupid or great ideas and put them all into action.
Well, that's how good ideas are formed, and that's how good things are created, is by just you might have a great idea and then I add a little something to it, or I subtract something from it, and it gets better, and the more people that start to pitch in, the better it gets. So I think it's awesome.
Yeah, that's definitely our motto, because like I said, we kind of went into it not with more of a philosophy than game plan. So and I think we're trying to use that to our strength. We want to do Tuesday events where we can get competitive players in and really kind of have fun games over the off season. We want to have some open practices that we're going to be doing where we bring in people that you normally don't practice with and do drills with people that not on your team, and kind of expand just the base, because we learn from each other. We all get better. A lot of us are like intermediate level players. We're not master leaguers. We're not. Most of us aren't diamond though. Two of our members, Tenacious Herbivores, got to diamond this year. Martian Man and D Rones and the crew over there. So it's really fun watching everybody develop beyond and get to really, learn from each other and just improve. And so we'll be doing lots of stuff in there. So join the server. I'll post the link in there. I keep saying that and then I just don't. But we will get everybody in, join the collective, be a person that adds to the collective, come in there, write on the walls, tell us what channels you want created. Let's find people that play the same dumb phone game that you play or the same super smartphone game that you play. And we'll get everybody together. And here is he came in for the victory lap, ladies and gentlemen, still with the headset on. And man, that game was fun to watch. Again, what was thinking? Were you in the goal at that last goal? Were you back at goal?
Yes, I was.
Well, tell us
Nice.
how you watched that. Oh no, here comes Luglin. We're not discussing penalties, Luglin.
Dude.
Yeah, Magos, were you in the goal in that last goal?
I was squealing like a pig.
I'm
So
keeping
where
it
were
saw
you?
it from a distance, and I'm like, you got it, you got it.
Oh man, I think we need moderators. We didn't set up moderators to submit a ticket, so it's just
I'm submitting a ticket. I'm submitting a ticket.
Well, you can't let it come down to 2 points. The rules will burn you, and really, that last goal was shocking.
It was
Like I
right in
didn't
the nick of time.
We called a game plan on that. We called a play. Wilt called a play, formerly known as Force, called a play, and it worked. And we made it happen. Got a little lucky.
What was called, and how was it executed? So
It was called
quick.
a left dribble was called, And I said, try to send a goalie at some point. We had an errant bounce, but they were able to recover it up high and got it. I don't even know how much time was left. It felt like 2 seconds maybe. At
No, I
best.
mean, yeah, it was out. It was
Not
definitely I thought it was less than 1 second.
Yeah, we were done. We were preparing to go ahead and talk about overtimes, and we look back and we're like, "Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?"
Yeah, and we were talking about Turt's goal. I mean, Turt's goal was like a hugely great goal where he reads it. He knows he's down by 3. He's got a player that can score it from behind the net, and plays everybody like he's going to kick it to them, and then he underhands it up into the top right-hand corner. Like, oh my gosh.
I'm kicking myself, too, because I should have shielded because I got stunned and I couldn't do anything.
Yeah, but, you just got to let your team
Did not
pick
see
up,
that.
and that was good. That was all really good, especially with that first round being such a big Orange win. Just to see them level out. We only had 2 rounds that were separated by more than 4 points. So a really good balance. You guys chose a very balanced team, so I appreciate that. Oh yeah, and well, I want to thank you for joining me, Jeep. That was awesome to get to cast with you. And Mangoes, congrats, and go give your people their new role and do a victory lap. And if you haven't joined Spacial Collective, make sure that you join the Discord server, be a part of the action, get involved in one of these tournaments. And also jump on VRBN, make sure that you are on the Discord because they run events too, like Jackbox. That's really a lot of fun. We're going to get... in the off season, we're gonna let it all hang out a little bit. We're gonna get off Echo for a few minutes a day, or a few minutes, every few weeks, or and we're gonna do something different. So I'm excited to do that all with you guys, and yeah, man, it's fun night of Echo. And I want to thank Torque for making it all happen. He produces everything.
Fantastic job.
It run seamlessly. That's very difficult to do. I've seen enough casts to know that they don't always go as planned. And I know that I didn't stick to the script several times tonight, and Torque was perfectly willing to make it seem like I wasn't making any mistakes. So Torque, thanks for doing that. What did you think about that last round, that last goal?
I thought that last goal was awesome, and I love the fact that it was BG that scored it. BG and the Sloths are one of my favorite teams in all of Echo, so to see him get to put the icing on top was just awesome for me. I think overall all the games showed that once everybody got used to the format, that you can adapt to it, and it can be just as competitive as 4v4. It's probably even more fast-paced than 4v4 is. So, I hope everybody gives it a try, because I think it's what makes Echo even more of a sport than it already is.
Yeah, the goalie being planted there is you saw it can get to a point where a team doesn't score in a whole 10-minute round because you have to work around it. You have to develop something, and then I was thinking, let's pass it up, but it seemed like the slower the plays developed upfield, like the less like your chances went down. And that's the opposite of Vermal. And Vermal, if you can get all 4 of your players up, then you have 3 defenders that you have to take care of. That means you basically have a goalie in the goal. He's not going to come out and play one of your guys, so you're going to have an open guy. With this one, it was 4-on-5. So the longer you took, then all of a sudden you don't have that advantage that you do it in typical Vermal play. And so what we saw where teams had success were when they brought it in and got it to somebody that was in an advantageous position that was able to score it really quickly. You saw Diamond really take advantage of that. You saw Wilt take advantage of that in a few rounds. You saw Kay take advantage of that in the second game. She kind of she was going into moving positions where she was getting behind the defensive line. So you had to be creative, but those players, Precise included, they were figuring out how to get good offensive opportunities. And usually you're thinking in Vermal like the extra pass. But in this one, it was really not necessarily about the extra pass. It's about getting it kind of like in hockey, man. You get it on somebody's stick, and then they got to put it in the goal really quick before the goalie can really catch to it or before the defense can catch to it. So it was fun to watch the teams adapt, especially your team, Mangoes. Your team played so good, and that game-winning goal, I can't even shake that. That was so good. But I blinked and almost missed it.
I'd like to take credit for making the ultimate decision to put those four on offense with me and goalie the whole time.
Well, that was a good decision. I'm sure with your comms and stuff, that was a great decision to keep you back there, keep everybody informed. So were you calling the plays, or were you letting the quarterback call the plays?
No, Trees was for the most part. I was calling. Yeah, I was, like I said early in when I came on with you guys, trying to call the play-by-play from a distance as much as I could.
Yeah,
helped a little bit, but I think probably at times it was hard to hear me. But I think I helped. So
yeah, you definitely helped. Didn't face a whole lot of shots overall compared to a normal game. It didn't feel like it felt like there were a lot of barely missed shots, but not a whole lot of saves. And then that was because they were having to come in from different angles. They were having very low angle shots, and those are really tough. Diamond, his shots were low angle, but you could tell a comfort level that he has with those from the ceiling, and a couple of cases from the floor where it's tough for us to slide in. He sees that angle really well. So he was hugely impactful in that last game. So. Yep. It was great games, guys. This has been a fun cast. I appreciate everyone joining on Twitch. I appreciate everybody supporting the collective, and join up and tell your friends if they're over 16 and they're mature and they can play Echo, or they want to learn how to play Echo, send them our way. We'll be happy to have them, and we look forward to more action in the future. Thanks, guys. And thanks, Jeep Girls. Thanks, Viper Phobia, for joining me. Thanks, Mango, for joining me. Thanks, Torque, for running the show. Thanks to everybody for playing. Thanks to all the subs for hanging out and waiting for their turn. Sorry we didn't need most of you. Other than that, my name was Mark Ramsey. I'm signing off, and that was the launch cast for Spacial Collective.